Good evening. My name's Tom Abbott, and I'm going to be your instructor as we go through the next 8 weeks of this course on diversity in the workplace. And I think we're going to have a very interesting time with a very interesting topic. Diversity manifests itself in so many different ways. It's so common for us to think of it in terms of race and ethnicity and religion and maybe economic status, age, so many different things. But it goes way beyond that. It goes to combinations of those. It goes to our organizations. It goes back to our history. It goes back to our society. It goes back to our communities. And it goes back to how those factors have interacted in the past and how society and organizations have responded to those interactions and have in some cases directed that we respond today. So that we are going to be discovering the real conditions in which we work. We work with a lot of different people, and everybody who we actually just performs any daily activities. We come across so many different kinds of people in the society that we live in, particularly in the U.S. It's actually so different than when I grew up. Maybe you can tell. I might have a diversity issue here. I'm old. I'm older probably than most people in the class. And that means I grew up in a different set of attitudes, different time, and my thought patterns are based in a different age. And they've had to evolve, and they continue to evolve. Most of you, I'm assuming, and here's something that I'm going to make a point about diversity right there. I'm assuming that most of you are younger than I am. I'm 65 years old. Maybe there are a few people out there who are older than I don't know. But you see, right there, I made an assumption, and that assumption may influence how I begin at least to interact with a group I'm just becoming familiar with. So there is a very real example of how diversity comes into play. It's something that can be so beneficial to any of us in our organizations and our communities. Sometimes it's difficult for us to understand other people. Sometimes it's difficult for us to understand how being different from someone can benefit us. It's a complex topic, but it is interesting. And I think we will have literally fun with this. Fun if you like learning, because this is an opportunity for us to learn. So in this opening week, we're going to introduce the concepts. We're going to go through things maybe that you maybe didn't think of before. Things like it's affected legal compliance. It affects how we think about ethical decisions. It affects on how we make hiring decisions. It makes how we operate our businesses and our organizations different from each one. Do we have to do things equally or just differently? Do we have to comply, or do we have to really show understanding? This is a lot of things that we're going to have to learn. And frankly, I'm looking forward to learning them with you. As you can see by my biography and Meet Your Instructor, yes, I just confessed to my age. Been in business and academics for well over 40 years. And it's been 40 years that have been kind of tumultuous, and we've seen a lot of change in those 40 years. So I've lived through and been part of the development of current standards on diversity. My attitudes have been evolving and changing for 40 years. I've seen climate of where diversity wasn't even a consideration to where now it's something we strive to understand and need to understand. It's been a time for me to reflect on what I've learned and what I need to learn, and I hope you're just going to go into this course with that idea. That being said, I'm going to use this kind of video mechanism to try to communicate with us at least once a week. So please take the time when I do this, take the time to watch. What I'll try to do is recap what went on the week before and give you a preview of the week to come. And also talk about any topical things that may come up that I think have some meaning to our course. So with all that said, welcome. Welcome to what I think is going to be a very interesting learning challenge. There's a lot of work in this course. The expectations are pretty clear. I'm going to give you every opportunity to find a way to contact me, and I hope that we communicate well, that everybody has an opportunity to feel that your questions can be asked and they will be answered. And again, let's just have a great learning experience. I'm going to be away for the next 2 days, actually at another university on something very important business for me. So I won't be getting back to most of you until Tuesday or Wednesday, but after that, expect it to be much more regular. Again, I'm looking forward to this class. I hope you are, and I will be talking to you in the future. Thank you very much.